And then you got like situations like LaRussell. Well, I'm not
What do you got
saying
with him?
he's the devil, but I will say that that's who team he's on.
You know?
Yeah. Is there a number right now if Jay-Z called and said, hey, we got this bag for you? Is there a number you say, okay?
No, not really. Not really.
I'm energized, women lie, on God, numbers don't. Started talking about moves, that's right, when she got close.
It's Young, the one who do it. Numbers don't lie. That's the movement. Now let's get to it. I'm here with my man OB from Los
What up?
Angeles, hailing in. OG. I know he's a staple in his community. Father, son. I was about to say Holy Spirit, but you know what I mean?
That's what's inside of me, though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Nah, but all jokes aside, you know what I mean? The name Mercy Man, I know that's also your name, nickname. Where did that come from? Like, how did you get that? Because it's definitely not a normal nickname.
I mean, Mercy Man, when I thought about that name, and I decided to, start that as my Instagram handle. It was a situation, of course, in my past that I was a different type of person. And it's only by the mercy and the grace of God that I'm even here before you. You know what I mean? So I it's a scripture in the Bible. It says something like, I don't know, don't quote me, but it say something about how you expect God to forgive you when you can't have mercy and forgive your brother. A God you don't see to forgive you, but you can't forgive your brother that you do see. Something like that.
Yeah.
And mercy just been a big part of, who I am, man, because I've gotten all the mercy in the world, man. I don't deserve nothing that I've gotten. You know what I mean? And that's on the blessing side. I don't deserve any of those blessings. And when it's undeserved, it's just mercy, grace, and favor. You know what I mean?
Now, I'm from New York, so you got to clarify some things for me. What was like the hip hop scene like back in the day when the East Coast and West Coast beef was going on? What was that like?
We was like, fuck New York. We was like when the Snoop went out there and stepped on the buildings, we was like, yeah, man. We was turned up because it was always that East Coast, West Coast beef type thing, you know what I'm saying? And we felt like they was like, well, fuck the West Coast or fuck LA, fuck Cali. So we felt the same way. You know how that go. Personally, in my circle, in my area where I was at, we was on a lot of East Coast music, to be honest. You know what I mean? Whether it was Run DMC, KRS-One, you name it, then of course when Nas hit the scene, you know what I mean? And him and Jay was going at it and, it was a beautiful time in hip hop. It was more cultural. The music was more cultural and it wasn't so controlled, you know what I mean? So it was dope. It was a dope era, man. And you look back and listen to some Tribe Called Quest, some Benita Applebaum, you know what I'm saying? Some Big Daddy Kane, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was a different era. As that LL, you know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. It was a different era, dog.
I already know. Know. Now, I know as far as in New York, usually the streets like influence the music. So was it the same thing out here? Was it like the gang situation or whatever's going on in the streets? Like it was mimicked? Yeah.
Yeah, it was the same thing, man. Gangster rap hit the scene real hard, back in the day. Of course, NWA, you know, it was music that was reflective of the culture, whether it was, one of the major parts of that whole era that I can remember, I would say on the West Coast, Q came out with that F the police, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm talking about? And that was on the West Coast, that was representation. Damn. I know I was supposed to keep it lit. This motherfucker got a timer on it. My black ass. But Cube and them came out with that, and that killed the game too. You know what I'm saying? Flavor Flav, 911 was a joke. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was all about, that's what we was going on through that time, the crack era and all of that crap. It was a good time for hip hop, you know what I'm saying? But it was definitely reflective of what what was taking place in the community, you know what I mean?
Yeah. So the violence had to be crazy back in the day. I'm assuming from the music I was hearing, it had to be
Yeah, it
real rough
was.
to run around out here.
Yeah, it was up. It was up. It was all the way up back then. You know what I mean? Because technology ain't what it is. It wasn't like it is now. So you had a lot of unsolved murders. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah,
sometimes,
y'all had what do you call it? I feel like y'all had y'all had murderers like that was like serial killers, right? Y'all had a lot of serial killers in California.
yeah, yeah,
I
definitely.
think y'all had the most. I think y'all had the record for the
I
most.
wouldn't doubt it, man. I wouldn't doubt it. You know what I mean? But we definitely had our fair share of serial killers. You know what I mean? Yeah, yeah, California, man. It is what it is.
I know you've seen all the different generations and everything. Earlier we was talking about hip hop and all of that. How do you feel like hip hop is currently like the culture right now? Like what things do you think it's doing well? Do you think we came a long way? Do you think it's positive or
It depends on what type of hip hop you're talking about. I appreciate the gospel rap. You know what I
yeah,
mean? Um, you know, but the hip hop that
yeah,
it used to be, even rap music, like, because there's a big difference between rap and hip hop.
and hip
You know
hop?
what I mean? Um, you know, gangster rap is not hip hop. You know what I mean? That's
Mm-hmm.
that's two different things. Gangster rap is focused on the gangster lifestyle, the culture, you know what I'm saying, so on and so forth. Hip hop is more conscious, you know what I mean? Hip hop is more wordplay, it's more articulate, it's uh uh more competitive, you know what I mean, as far as the you know, uh I guess you would say the art and the craft itself, you know what I mean? It's more in depth. Um, I don't know, man. I think we in trouble. I think, like, I'm glad that it made it. It was a point that it was questioned, like, will hip hop be around even? Will rap music even still be around? And so it is still around, but it's horrible right now. You got mumble music, you got just people just coming up with hooks with dope beats, and it's just not the same. You hear stuff, but it ain't, nah. I'm it's lacking, it's lacking. It's horrible. And it's all because they pick and choose who gonna blow up, you know what I mean? So it's
Yeah,
like, but you hear, like, and then you got like situations like LaRussell. What's up with him?
yeah.
Why he's so conscious and everything, and he signed a deal with the devil?
So you saying Jay-Z's the devil? Or what he represents is the devil.
I'm not
What he
saying
represents.
he's the devil, but I will say that that's who team he's on.
Got you.
100%.
Got you. I mean, I guess it's a good question. Yeah, music it's very spiritual. You either blocking your spirituality or you embracing your spirituality, I think, to make music. I don't think there's any other way.
That's a good analysis. You either blocking it or you embracing it.
Yeah, because you got to think about it. All the guys that's doing the devil stuff and moving around crazy, what are they doing? They normally on drugs. A lot of them is taking drugs, real crazy drugs that I don't even know normal to be not to be normal to black people. You know what I mean? So I look at that and I'm like, when you get into those type of drugs and those type of activities, you don't really even know what's going on. You're not even
Right.
really in control of yourself. So I know to do some of those things that are real heinous, you gotta be on drugs. You gotta like distract yourself because no one normally would want to, like, I think as a human, you just wouldn't normally want to do that.
You're absolutely right, man, because, you know, that's his playground, you know. Yeah, just yesterday, I was at one of my events and one of the guys there, he turned on some music and the music was playing and I wasn't really even paying attention to the music. But then they start saying something about the devil, worship the devil and this and that and all this other crazy shit. You know, the 666. And
On
I'm
the
like,
rap
what the?
music? Rap music?
It was a rap song. I don't know. I think it was maybe the one of them underground rappers like what's his name?
They
Maybe
underground doing that now? That's
I don't
crazy.
know, Germ or what's his name? Or no, that wasn't him. It was I think Suicide Boys though. That's his crew or something. I don't know. But
Yeah.
yeah, man. They was talking about the devil and da 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 da. I'm like, what the hell? Man, I snatched the damn thing out of the wall immediately. I'm like, man,
Yeah.
you gotta put something else on. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, this ain't it. You know what I'm saying? I don't like the devil. You know what I'm saying? I hate the devil, matter of fact. You know what I'm
Yeah, you're
saying?
supposed to hate the things that God hates. So
Yeah, man. You
we're not
know,
supposed to be an embrace. We're not supposed to embrace all of those things.
yeah, and it just disturbed me so bad. I was like, what the hell? What the fuck is you listening to? You know what I'm saying? Like, no, y- you need to know that when I'm around, please not don't play that or be tripping. Or be tripping if you play that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or be tripping. Cause I'm not I needed to be clear on which side I'm on. You feel me?
Nah, 100% get it.
And then we
Because
have too often people just quiet about it though. And they'll just
that's all
sit
I was
there and
gonna say.
absorb it.
If you have a blind eye to something, then you kind of part of the problem. Like if it's something you
Yeah,
don't agree with, or your spirit is like, nah, and then you just sit there and you're like, well, I don't want to say nothing to make anyone uncomfortable. You part of the problem. You part of the
right.
problem.
And not only that, now you're being influenced because now all of this music is entering into your gates and you're allowing it to happen now because you're conscious of it, you know, and now you're allowing it to happen because now you don't have enough boldness to say, hey, you know, this is like it's like you in a room and people smoking cigarettes and you don't smoke cigarettes and that shit is fucking you up and you just gonna sit there.
So this is a reality, I guess. You see it?
Yeah,
That's a reality. I didn't even know that must have happened today o'clock. That happened.
yeah.
Yeah, that
I
happened.
don't
This
know
is
why
funny.
though. Like of all people, why slime with him? It's
And he
like,
was he was talking negative about the Roc Nation when he first went to go sit down and have a meeting with them. So to me, that tells me it might have just been about the money because he said when he saw the contract that the contract didn't have no money. There was no money there. I remember that was the first clip I saw when he was responding to the Roc Nation, going to sit down with them. And they said, "Oh, we made a mistake. We made a mistake." And then he was like, "I don't even know if I ever want to deal with them if the first time I go, you just making a mistake and I'm supposed to sign for $0." So I would have thought any smart man would have been like, that's not gonna make sense. I wouldn't want to move forward with that.
You declined a deal from Jay-Z and Roc Nation, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's every artist's dream, right? Coming up is like get signed by Jay-Z. Why not take that?
Because it didn't feel good in my spirit. I didn't really like how it came to me.
So the clip that I saw, basically, you were telling the story of how like they came to you with this offer and it was like $15,000 like discretionary spend or something, and you were like, well, where's the advance or what money am I getting? And they're like, oh, that was a mistake. Then that just felt wrong because you were like, they tried to just pull a fast one on me, right?
That's how I felt, and you know, maybe that wasn't the intention. Maybe it was a mistake, but like I say, that's a big mistake to make. Yeah, like prior to the deal, like I met with one of the people who was working there and like played music, and just like his reaction and like energy about what I was doing, it just didn't feel good. Like when I walked in here to see you, it was like, "Bro, I f with you." Like I've been watching your shit. It didn't feel like that, you know?
Yeah. Is there a number right now if Jay-Z called and said, hey, we got this bag for you? Is there a number you say, okay?
No, not really. Not really.
But they must have offered him something that he couldn't refuse, and that's the problem. We get stuck over money. Some of us get stuck over money. I'm not one of those people that moves over money. because I value my spirit way
I
more than
mean,
any.
he did so much by himself and by the grace of God, you know, why stop now? You know, like why stop now? Why just why sell out now? You know, your whole thing was independent. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like, you know, do it like E40 did, or find somebody else to sign with that's not so damn obviously demonic. You know what I'm saying? Like
I mean,
you
we don't
so
want to say it, but I believe the one thing I believe is that whatever people choose to do, sometimes it's always been there. They might be showing something different. It might sound like something different, but maybe that's just what he always aspired to do that. It's a very interesting. I would never put LaRussell like the way he raps and the things he raps about, but maybe he changed.
I think there's gonna be a change. If
Yeah.
if it hasn't taken place, there's definitely gonna be a change, you know. And I think that change is gonna be because he allowed the devil to wrap his arms around him. You feel
I'm just
me?
wondering. I'm wondering now, like, what channels do we actually have in the music game, in the hip hop game, that's like positive, that's not connected to that side? Because I'm like,
LaRussell was the guy.
I
LaRussell
mean,
was the
like,
guy.
to if you had to sign, like, if you signed to somebody today, like, who can you sign to? And it's no, you're not looking at it like, yo, I might get manipulated or there might be some weird stuff on the other side of that. Is there anybody left, or is it all?
I mean, to me, I think being that he's a Bay Area artist, it would have been to his benefit to sign maybe with E40 or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
He didn't want to
E40
go
been
over
out
now.
for he been around for a while. He been around for a
Yeah,
while.
still relevant. So I mean,
This might sound crazy when I say this to
and he
California
ain't been
people.
to Epstein Island.
E40?
Yep.
You said he been there?
No, I said he ain't been there.
Oh, I thought you said he been there because all types of names is getting thrown out now. So
You ain't
they
going to
said
see
Pusha
Earl.
T. I seen Pusha T. I'm like, what?
Yep. You ain't gonna see Earl Stevens.
I
I
don't even know
guarantee you
what's
that.
going on. I want to wait till we see the end of all of this because I don't know what's going on with that stuff, man. That stuff looks crazy.
I want to see what they're gonna do about it.
Nothing. I don't believe they're
Exactly.
gonna. I don't believe they're gonna do. All they're gonna do is continue to try to block it and keep not showing you anything, just showing you what they want to show you because they're not gonna show you the most influential people on there outside
Man,
of our community. It's gonna be our community that they keep showing over and over and over. But like I heard
well,
that it's like
they showing a whole lot of stuff on Clinton and Trump and uh all that old crap, but it's all demonic, man. At the end of the day, it's the same demon in operation and all of it.
principalities. I mean, it
Yeah,
says it in
man.
the Bible. But yo, man, it's definitely been an honor. Definitely been a dope interview.
Yeah, man.
We
Was
definitely
good
gonna have to
chopping it
get
up,
this
man.
going again. We're gonna have to get this going again for sure in the future. And
But
we're gonna have to get some more people up here too. We get a panel and all of that things, all of those things popping. And
yeah, you know what I'm saying? I'm glad to see the development of this thing, man. Keep it going. You know what I mean? Great
thank
things
you.
ahead. Feel
Thank
me?
you. I appreciate it. We ain't stopping. We're gonna
Absolutely.
stay consistent. Numbers don't lie. So, you gotta keep growing when it comes to the numbers.
Heck yeah, man. Keep going, keep growing. You know what I mean?
All right. Definitely. We're gonna tap in again soon, man.
All right.
All right.
Men lie. Women lie. Numbers don't lie.